The bell gave us the signal to disperse. We went to get our evening meal of bread and margarine. I was dreadfully hungry and swallowed my ration on the spot. My father said, "You don't want to eat it all at once. Tomorrow is another day." And seeing that his advice had come too late and that there was nothing left of my ration, he did not even begin his own. "Personally, I'm not hungry," he said. We stayed at Auschwitz for 3 weeks. We had nothing to do. We slept a great deal in the afternoon and at night. The only worry was to avoid moves, to stay here as long as possible. It was not difficult. It was simply a matter of never putting oneself down as a skilled worker. Laborers were being kept till the end. At the beginning of the third week, the prisoner in charge of our block was deprived of his office, being considered too humane. Our new head was savage, and his assistants were real monsters. The good days were over. We began to wonder if it would not be better to let oneself be chosen for the next move. Stein, our relation from Antwerp, continued to visit us, and from time to time he would bring a half ration of bread. "Here, this is for you, Eliza." Every time he came, there would be tears running down his face, congealing there, freezing. He would often say to my father, "Take care of your son. He is very weak and dried up. Look after him well to avoid this selection. Eat. It doesn't matter what or when. Eat everything you can. The weak don't hang about for long here." And he was so thin himself, so dried up, so weak. "The only thing that keeps me alive," he used to say, "is that Wiesel and the children are still alive. If it wasn't for them, I couldn't keep going." He came toward us one evening, his face radiant. "A transport's just come from Antwerp. I'm going to see them tomorrow. They'll be sure to have news." He went off. We were not to see him again. He had had news, real news. In the evening, lying on our beds, we would try to sing some of the Hasidic melodies. An Akiba drummer would break our hearts with his deep, solemn voice. Some talked of God, of his mysterious ways, of the sins of the Jewish people, and of their future deliverance. But I had ceased to pray. How I sympathized with Job. I did not deny God's existence, but I doubted his absolute justice. A keyboard drummer said, "God is testing us. He wants to find out whether we can dominate our base instincts and kill the Satan within us. We have no right to despair, and if he punishes us relentlessly, it's a sign that he loves us all the more." Hirsch Ganud, well versed in the Kabbalah, spoke of the end of the world and the coming of Messiah. Only occasionally during these conversations did the thought occur to me, where is my mother at this moment? In Zipporah? "Your mother is still a young woman," said my father on one occasion. "She must be in a labor camp. And Zipporah is a big girl now, isn't she? She must be in a camp too." How we should have liked to believe it. We pretended for what if the other one should still be believing it? All the skilled workers had already been sent to other camps. There were only about 100 of us ordinary laborers left. "It's your turn today," said the secretary of the block. "You're going with the next transport." At 10 o'clock, we were given our daily ration of bread. We were surrounded by about 10 SS. On the door, the plaque, "Work is Liberty." We were counted. And then, there we were, right out in the country on the sunny road. In the sky, a few little white clouds. We walked slowly. The guards were in no hurry. We were glad of this. As we went through the villages, many of the Germans stared at us without surprise. They had probably already seen quite a few of these processions. On the way, we met some young German girls. The guards began to tease them. The girls giggled, pleased. They let themselves be kissed and tickled, exploding with laughter. They were all laughing and joking and shouting blandishments at one another for a good part of the way. During this time, at least, we did not have to endure either shouts or blows from the rifle butt. At the end of 4 hours, we reached our new camp, Buna. The iron gate closed behind us.